Oh, that's a good way to start a live and just yawn right in your face. Good morning, YouTube. It is May 14th, 2019. It is 8 a.m. And I am here to talk about being a fat person, as odd as that may sound. So I've been talking to family and friends and even strangers, other obese people, and we've come to a conclusion that a lot of people don't understand obesity. A lot of people jump to conclusions about obesity. A lot of people are very narrow-minded about obesity. A lot of times obesity is not something that you ask for. Uh, it depends on medications, health issues, how you eat, what you eat and drink. Health wise, you can have multiple health issues and be on multiple medications. If your medications have a lot of sugar in them, it will cause you to gain weight. Non-working thyroid is one of the health issues that will cause you to gain weight. Any kind of thyroid issue really will cause you to gain weight. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I had a sick baby last night, so I was up and down all night. And then I just decided to stay up at 2 o'clock this morning. Anyway, a lot of medications, like I said, does help with making you big. Myself, about 3 years ago, I weighed almost 650 pounds, roughly. I've lost right at 259 pounds. No surgeries, no major thing from a doctor or anything like that, just from daily exercise. I'm sorry. And changing what I eat. On a daily basis, I drink anywhere between a gallon to a gallon and a half of water. I allow myself to have a cup of black coffee with almond milk, no sugar in the morning. And for lunch or dinner, not both, I can have a cup, literally a cup, 8 ounces of soda or sweet tea. Other than that, it's just water or almond milk all the time. I have suffered with depression for a very long time, and I was 29, I believe, when I found out about my thyroid not working. So now I'm on thyroid medication, and I'll be on that the rest of my life. So I have multiple things that play into me being as big as I am. I work on losing weight daily. I exercise. I eat right. I pay for a nutritionist, and I pay for therapy out of pocket to make sure that I have the meds I need. When you have no insurance, this can be very expensive, no matter you go to the health department or clinic, whatever. It can be very expensive. So what I want to talk about today, as far as being a big person, is we don't need people to constantly give us looks of shame, guilt, worry. We don't need people to constantly make us feel inadequate, because we beat ourselves up more than your average person would about other things. We look in the mirror and we see all the skin, we see all the extra, and we think, okay, well, if I trim this or tighten this, or if I can flatten this with, like, wrap a ace bandage around it or something so it's flat, nobody will notice. How can I hide something? You often see big people wearing baggier clothes, which makes them in turn look bigger. But one, it's more comfortable, and two, we feel as if it hides how big we really are. Um, we don't need people to automatically assume that we're big because we don't take care of ourselves. Often the ones that are big and suffer from depression are the ones that are aware of it and try so hard to lose weight and they're just stuck. They can't. Um, it often comes to a point of they eventually begin to hate themselves because they want to lose this weight. They want to feel better. They want to be better for their family and friends, and they can't do it. So it's pretty rough. Um, we don't need strangers to make derogatory remarks. We don't need strangers to stare at us. We don't need strangers to judge. Um, just because you see a big person in a chair does not necessarily mean they're in a wheelchair because they're fat. It could be other issues. Things like knee problems or back problems. When you're big, you automatically start having these problems, and if you're losing weight, they intensify because it takes double to triple the weight off of your bone structure as you're losing the weight, which are the key points in which help hold you up, which are your hips, your lower back, your ankles, your upper back in between your shoulder blades. I feel like I'm forgetting something. And your knees. Knees and lower back are going to be what you feel it in the most. The ignorance that people display as far as how someone's appearance is just shows how ignorant they can be and how hurtful they can be as far as, you know, oh, you're big, let me degrade you and laugh at you and try to get other people's attention and get them to laugh at you too, when in reality, you're just making an ass out of yourself. Because if my appearance wasn't bothering this person before, the only reason it's bothering them now is because you're acting like a walrus and you're acting like an ass and making a clown of yourself. You will notice that big people often try to avoid cameras of any sorts, videos, mirrors. I have a very hard time doing these videos for YouTube as badly as I want to do it, and I'm trying to get back into it. I struggle with it. This is part of why I don't look at the screen. I do not like my appearance. Even though I'm working on it and I know I've lost weight and I've come a long way, I do not like who I am on the outside. I never have. We don't want to see that person, or we try to change it. Like, we dye our hair, we do makeup, we might overcompensate with the makeup. I know some people that choose to sleep with multiple partners just because the intimacy makes them feel good. People will do their fingernails and stuff like that. we we wonder every day if it's going to be the day that we're going to pass and leave everything behind that we love. We wonder every day if, you know, do I matter? Would it really matter if I was gone? You know, if I'm such a problem and so disgusting, why does it matter if I'm here? Uh, if I could just tuck this or cut this off or whatever. These thoughts run through our minds all the time. We don't need people to make us feel less than we already feel less than. We desperately desire to be small or even just an average size. And it's so hard to get back down to that weight because even the simplest of things become hard to do. You get to a point that You beat people to the punch. And when I say beat people to the punch, I mean the jokes. You start making jokes yourself. You start, excuse me, you start putting yourself down. Because if you do this, it doesn't hurt as bad as if it would be someone else that was to say this or that to you or about you. Because it shows them, I already know what I need to do. I know what I need to work on. In hopes that they won't say anything other to you. Some heavyset people do enjoy their size. I've seen some YouTubers that actually want to be big and they eat as much junk food as they can. They drink a lot of soda. And they're purposely trying to gain the weight. If that's what makes you happy, go for it. I'm not going to cut you down. That just is not for me. I am complete opposite. I want to lose weight. I want to be healthy. I want to be... Everybody is worth something, but I feel worthless. I want to feel worth something, if that makes sense. I don't want to feel like I owe somebody something just because they took the time to talk to me. We get really tired of the half-ass comments, and by half-ass, what I mean is you're pretty for a big girl. Your beauty shines from the inside out. You'd be prettier if you could be amazing at this if you lost the weight. You move pretty fast for a big girl. These are all half-ass compliments. I would rather go without compliments than to get these compliments, because even though it is a compliment, the if or the but always tears you down later down the road, and it hurts, and that adds to the depression, and depression makes you want to... A lot of people will comfort eat or binge eat or not eat, and none of those three things are healthy for anyone in general. Being big does not define who a person is. Just because someone is big does not mean they are their clothes, the extra skin, the amount of space they take up. They are not, you know, they are not the person that has to sit in the back row because they're embarrassed. They are not all these things. They are the person that wants to be loved and loves hard and loves their family and will do anything for their family and will do anything for anyone they know. They are human. They are amazing, just like you. They're able to do amazing things if given the opportunity. It may take longer than your average person, but we're able to get the things done. We might need a little help sometimes, but we're able to accomplish these things. If people would have hope in us and faith in us, then we could move past the what ifs. When you get to a certain size, you have a difficult time losing weight. You have a difficult time you have a difficult time finding the will to do anything, honestly. But you learn to, okay? You learn to try and push yourself. And when you want to do these things, you will push yourself so that you can do it. I do it daily. I'm going to keep pushing myself, and I hope that I am around for a long time. I do get looks of sorrow. I get looks of sympathy. I get looks of disappointment. I get looks of disgust. Not just from strangers, but family too. And often they think I don't notice it. But I do. I choose not to say anything because it's easier to avoid conflict by just hurting myself. And by hurting myself, what I mean is let the pain of how I perceive the look dwell in my depression. Not allowing someone to manipulate what I'm doing. Being a big person is not a disability. I know there's a lot of people that get disability checks out there because they're big. And this is my personal opinion, and I am a big person. If you're a big person and you have a hard time getting up and doing stuff, then that's on you because you gave up. You didn't keep trying. I do know there are diseases that will cause you to gain weight and make it difficult for you to get up. I know that. But in most cases, the people I run across is just because they don't care. They're lazy. There are some that are lazy, period, and they just want to collect a check and think that they're owed something. Personally, I want to lose another probably 230 pounds to be at a healthy weight and enjoy my family more so than I already do. I want to be a better version of me. I want to make my family proud because at this point I feel like all I do is disappoint them. I feel like they're embarrassed to be around me or seen with me. So I choose to stay in the house 90% of the time. I do exercise, I walk, I have a weight set outside. I do that with my boys. But given some of my health issues and the fact that I've been big for so long, now that I'm actually trying, I'm playing hell trying to get to a decent size. I'll get there eventually. And you guys will see it. Because as I do this, you guys will see the difference in me as a person. And I hope you continue to stay with me and grow with me. Again, you guys, if you're not subscribed, please do so. And please hit the notification bell so when I go live or I post a video, you guys are notified. Don't hesitate to follow me on social media and contact me. Please comment your opinions. I always look forward to opinions and interaction with you guys. I apologize for the yawning and the drowsy eyes. I apologize for the squeaky voice. It's springtime in North Carolina, so we get a fog of the lovely green stuff, and I can't help it. I'm allergic to pollen, so a lot of my videos will probably be like this for the next few months. But I'm still here. I'm still grinding. I'm still pushing. I'm going to try my best to bring y'all at least 2 videos a week. I'm trying. Now that things have slowed down, I'm trying to get back in the groove. So, bear with me. I'm coming back around just really slow. The mountain keeps growing. But I hope you guys have a great day. I wanted to jump on. I was having a hard time downloading the video. I've recorded it like 6 times. And I was like, well, you know what? It'll let me do a live stream, so I'll go ahead and do it live. And that's how I got here this morning. So, I hope you guys have a blessed day, night, or evening, wherever you may be in the world. I hope this helped you in some way. And if you are a big person, know that you are beautiful, you're loved, you're worth it, no matter how you feel or think. These are things that I have to remind myself of daily, but it's the truth. Okay? You're worth it. You're loved. Push yourself to be uncomfortable. There was a movie, We Bought a Zoo. One of my favorite lines in that movie is, do something that scares you at least 20 seconds every day. I try to do that. That is actually the background for my Facebook page. Because I try to live by it. So making yourself uncomfortable helps you grow. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and may you always be blessed. Bye.